What's going on? Jake here with Uncommon EDC, and today I'm checking out the Zero Feud Compact Utility Pouch, or C.U.P. This is the 3" by 4.5" model. They also had a 4" by 5.5" model. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to grab that one before it sold out. This one's also sold out at the moment, but historically Zero Feud's been pretty good about restocking pouches, so I would imagine they'll be back with more of these, and hopefully even in more colors, although there were a decent amount of options at launch. This is also a super affordable pouch at only $20, and the larger version, the 4" by 5.5", is only $25, and they don't charge for shipping or anything like that, so that's out the door. So super affordable pouch, and really cool one that works well as a front pocket wallet, which is how I have it kind of set up now and how I intend to use it. I saw that Rich over at True Budget EDC is using it as a boo-boo kit as well, which obviously works super well for this size pouch as well. So hopefully I'll be able to grab more of these because there's a lot of different utilities you can use for them. Obviously I can just repurpose this one, but I like having multiples of really cool pouches so I don't have to worry about shuffling out the loadout. I can just grab one and use it for what I want to use it for. But I have this one loaded out fully, and I'll go over kind of what each item that I fit in there is, as well as the dimensions of the different pockets and things like that, so you have an idea of what can fit in there. On the front, you have a full hook and loop panel that spans the entire 3" by 4.5", so have some patches on there from a few different makers. I'll link to their Instagrams in the description, and I'm linking to their Instagrams because I think most of these are probably sold out at this point, so rather than linking to the product page, you can keep an eye on the Instagram, and hopefully when they drop new patches you can grab them. So up top, I believe both these are from Everyday Patches. The two on the left I believe are both from Zero Feud, and the two on the right are from Data Crew. So again, full hook and loop panel, which is nice, especially on the pouches this small, have a lot of real estate for different patches, and you can even put full size patches on here. On the outside, you have a YKK Zipper. It's a full clamshell opening, goes all the way around. And on the back, you have a 3¼ deep pocket that goes the full width of the outside, as well as this kind of tab here where you can attach a key ring if you want to attach your keys to it, and the Zero Feud ZF patch. In the front exterior pocket, I have some cash because again I have it set up as a wallet, but it would work well to put a pocket knife or something like that on the outside as well. And I put the cash on the outside just so it's easily accessible. You don't have to get into the actual pouch if you're paying somewhere. Obviously, I have some cards as well. I didn't put them on the exterior because of the kind of curve of the pouch with it loaded out. You just can't fit very many on the outside, depending on how you have it loaded out. But if you load it out correctly, you can definitely fit some cards there pretty comfortably as well. It comes in this 420D Hex Textured Nylon, bunch of different colors, all the same fabric, so all going to be that 420D Hex Textured Nylon. On the zipper, I have the Gear Aid Niglow. This is just a little glow fob. It does need to be charged, it's not tritium, but just something so you can find it if it's sitting in the dark. Obviously, depending on if that is charged or not. You can put a tritium one on there as well if you don't want to worry about charging it, but in this case, I went with the blue just to kind of match the pouch rather than a tritium one. And again, it is a full clamshell style opening, so it opens fully. You can see it kind of opened here, and so you can also kind of fold it backwards on itself, so it opens really nicely and a lot of access to everything inside. I'm going to start on the left side, and I'll talk about what's in the pockets, but also the dimensions if you don't have these items, just to give you an idea. So up front, you have these pockets that are 2 inches deep on both sides. The right one spans the full width of the pouch, whereas the left one is divided in two, and these are about 1¼ inch. They're not 1.5 inches, even though it's 3 inches wide, because you do lose some of that real estate to the seams here and the zipper. And so it's not quite 1.5 inches each, they're about 1¼ inch. So in the left one, I have a Rovivon Aurora flashlight, and this is a glow-in-the-dark case model. And this fits in there super well. The only thing I would keep in mind is to load the button facing the left or right rather than the front of the pouch, because if you have harder items in here, which I do right now, in your pocket, this has a kind of toggle mode where if you hold it, it will go on a temporary on. And so if it's facing forward, when I close the pouch, sometimes it will light up and just drain the battery. So I do load this in there sideways, something to be aware of, depending on how the flashlight you put in there turns on, and you might not have that issue. Like if it's a tail switch, for example, you might not have the same issue. But with this one in particular, I do, so just something to keep in mind. Right next to that, I wanted to put a knife, even though I always carry a knife, and so this is more of a backup knife. Probably can be replaced with something else if you don't want to waste space on a knife since you're already carrying a larger knife. But did want to see if I can fit a knife in one of these small pockets, and so went with the Rough Rider Baby B. Obviously this is the same size as the Tadpole or Angry Watermelon if you watch Big Red EDC, so either one of those will fit in there. It's a really cool kind of assisted flipper knife and super compact. It fits in there very well. So have that as kind of a backup knife in there. But again, where I had the money on the outside, you can probably put a full-size knife pretty comfortably. Well, a smaller size EDC knife, but still a decent size knife there. And then in the left-hand side, of the larger pocket, and this is about 3¼ inches deep, but obviously stuff can hang over that, so you can use almost the full real estate there. Again, minus seams and zippers. I just have some credit card blanks. I only have 2 in there, but you can fit more, especially depending on what you put in those front pockets, or if you put them on the other side, what you put in this pocket. You can definitely fit 4 to 5 cards pretty comfortably, and so if you want to do an ID and a couple credit cards and some cash, you can fit that in there as well. But just went with 2 for now. Usually when I'm using a wallet like this, I'll just do an ID and my debit card or 1 credit card plus some cash. And so I don't typically carry a lot of cards, but if you do, you can definitely fit more than the 2 that I put in there. On the right hand side, this is again the about 2 inches tall and the full width of the pouch, so again about 2½ inches on the interior, even though the exterior is 3 inches. I have a Pete's Pirate Life coin. This is the version 4, I want to say. On the front it has the Fly the Flag, on the back it has Never Out of the Fight. So just a challenge coin for fun. If you don't carry a challenge coin, this pocket definitely works well for a Zippo as well. I've had it with the Zippo in there and it fits pretty comfortably. So definitely depending on if you carry a challenge coin or not, you can definitely forego that and put something else here. And a Zippo works pretty well. Behind that, in another full length, again 3¼ inches tall on the pocket, goes the entire depth, the entire width. I have a Rogan USA pry bar. And this one is in the sheath, which is wasting a lot of space, honestly. So without the sheath, I could have fit a little bit more in here. But this is one of their limited edition for St. Patrick's Day. Has a leprechaun holding 2 pry bars. Cool little pry bar. I have a few from Rogan USA. This one fit in there very well. But again, without that sheath, I could have put something alongside of that. But typically, I do like to carry a pocket knife, a pry bar, and a flashlight with me. And then in addition to that, I'll usually carry a hank and then something to write in and a pen. In this case, I didn't put anything to write in or anything to write with in the pouch, although it would definitely fit one of those credit card size notebooks and one of the mini pens. But in this case, I don't have that in the loadout, but there are options that do fit in here for such a small pouch. But overall, a really cool pouch. Here you can see it empty. Obviously, it gets a little bit thinner, but there's a little bit of width to it even empty because they put a kind of nice end on here. And so empty, I think it's around a little over 1 inch wide, or deep, whatever you want to call that, about 1 inch deep. And so a lot of room in this little pouch. Very cool pouch. You can use it for a lot of different things. Obviously, again, I have this set up as a wallet, but I've seen it as a boo-boo kit or just random EDC gear, and a lot of different options there. But let me know what you think of this pouch down in the comments below, and if there's any other pouches you think I should check out. I actually have several pouch videos coming out over the next week or 2, probably 5 or 6 different pouches lined up, so hopefully we'll do a lot more of that content. I've been kind of putting it off because I've been moving, so I didn't have a lot of the smaller EDC gear unpacked yet, but it is unpacked now, so I'm hoping to load out these pouches and do some videos on those over the next week or 2. But thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification button. And as always, I hope you have a great one.